The sun was dipping behind the hills when the roar of engines echoed through the quiet town. A group of bikers, rough leather jackets, tattoos and all, were riding down the empty road. People often looked at them with suspicion, thinking they were troublemakers. But that evening, fate had written a story that would forever change how the town saw them. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a tiny figure stumbled onto the road, a little girl, no older than 8, her face streaked with tears and dirt. She waved her arms frantically, forcing the bikers to brake hard and stop. The leader of the group, a big man named Jack, pulled off his helmet, confusion written across his face. "Hey kid, are you okay?" he asked, his voice deep but gentle. The girl gasped for breath, clutching the corner of Jack's jacket. Please help! They're beating my mama!" she cried out, her voice trembling with fear. The bikers exchanged worried glances. Jack crouched down to her level. "Who's hurting her, sweetheart?" "Some men. They came to our house. Mama tried to stop them. They're hurting her." Without another word, Jack looked at his crew. "Let's go." The engines roared back to life, this time not for thrill, but for rescue. The girl climbed onto Jack's bike, holding tight as they sped down the dusty lane toward the small neighborhood at the edge of town. The air was thick with tension. Every second felt like an eternity. When they arrived, they saw smoke coming from a small, broken house. 2 men were outside, shouting and throwing things around. Inside, the faint cries of a woman echoed. Jack's heart pounded. "Stay here," he told the little girl. Then he stormed forward, his boots thudding heavily on the ground. "Hey!" he yelled, his voice booming like thunder. The men turned, startled to see 6 bikers closing in on them. "What do you want?" "This ain't your business," one of them barked. Jack's eyes burned with anger. "It is now." Before they could react, the bikers surrounded them. A scuffle broke out, loud, rough and quick. Within moments, the 2 attackers were on the ground, caught and restrained. Jack motioned for one of his crew to call the police while he ran into the house. Inside, he found a woman on the floor. Bruised, weak, but conscious. She looked up, tears mixing with blood on her lip. "Who are you?" she whispered. Jack knelt beside her. "A friend. Your little girl sent us." Her eyes widened, and she began to sob softly, not from pain, but from relief. When the police arrived, they took the attackers away. The mother and daughter clung to each other tightly. The girl looked up at Jack, her voice small but steady. "Thank you, mister. You saved my mama." Jack smiled faintly, brushing the dirt off his jacket. "Nah, kid, you saved her. You were brave enough to ask for help." The woman, still shaken, whispered, "How can I ever thank you?" Jack shook his head. "Just take care of her." "That's all the thanks I need." As the bikers got back on their bikes, the townspeople who had gathered nearby watched in silence. For the first time, they didn't see a group of intimidating riders. They saw protectors, men with hearts bigger than their engines. Weeks later, the story spread everywhere. In cafes, schools, even on local news. People talked about how a little girl's courage and a biker gang's compassion had saved a life. Jack and his crew began visiting the town more often, not to race or make noise, but to help, fixing homes, delivering food, even organizing toy drives for kids. They became known as the Guardian Riders. And every time they passed that small house, a little girl would wave from the porch, her mother standing proudly beside her.